We will expand a little bit, Steve. We will re-drill one of the existing, well, it's a historical drill hole, and then we'll step out a little bit because we want to really expand and drill a new hole there as well. But we have a very good historical data there, so we understand geology quite well. So we want to stick with that, what we call southern part of the project for now, for the next few months.
And welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Farhad Abbasov. He's the chairman of Millennial Potash. And Farhad, it's good to see you again.
Great to see you, Steve.
Lots of stuff to talk about today. I know you've done some financing. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, tell me a little bit about 2024. It has been a very busy year for the company.
Absolutely, Steve. We started with our maiden resource estimate earlier this year. We confirmed 1.7 billion tons of indicated and inferred resource based on only about 2% of the property. We have a very large property, over 1,200 square kilometers. And after that, we followed up with preliminary economic assessment, and that came back with stellar economics. We have over $1 billion of after-tax NPV. Our IRR, after-tax IRR, is over 32% as well, one of the highest in the industry, and one of the lowest costs as well. We're looking at $61 per ton of operating costs, and one of the lowest CapEx requirements as well. So PA was very strong as well, and after that, we actually moved forward with financings. We did one round in the summer, and then of course, we did another one recently, about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and that one putting quite a bit of money into the treasury. So obviously you're gearing up for what's ahead in 2025. But just on the financing itself, I know the demand was very high.
Yeah, Steve, it was a very good round for us. It was almost $3.7 million, over $3.7 million. And quite a bit of it came actually from our insiders. So one of the large family offices out of the Far East, they came in with substantial investment, basically showing further confidence in the project and in the management. And this funding round basically will be specifically for two programs. One will be the start of environmental and the second stage of drilling. So basically, this will cover all our funding requirements for those two programs. We'll be starting environmental assessment study shortly, and then probably the next few weeks, we're going to start with our second stage of drilling as well.
So tell me a bit about that environmental process. Does that take a long time?
Yeah, well, that's exactly right, Steve. That's why we want to start as early as possible, because the plan is to complete the environmental studies by the end of 2025, if not earlier. And with the drill program, the same thing. We basically want to finish it hopefully by the end of the first quarter, if not, maybe by the end of February, and also come out with our expanded and revised resource estimate by that time.
All right, you mentioned that you're only working on a small portion of the property. So is this drill program continuing in that particular area? Are you trying to expand a little bit with some step outs?
We will expand a little bit, Steve. We will re-drill one of the existing, well, it's a historical drill hole, and then we'll step out a little bit because we want to really expand and drill a new hole there as well. But we have a very good historical data there, so we understand geology quite well. So we want to stick with that, what we call southern part of the project for now, for the next few months. We think there's more than enough resource there. So this current 1.7 billion tons of indicated and inferred, we think realistically we can expand it substantially, maybe even double it with 2 or 3 holes in the next few months.
Okay. And lastly, Farhad, just for people that may not be familiar with potash and the demand for it, can you talk about what you're seeing globally for the demand for potash?
Yeah, Steve, potash is obviously a fertilizer. So over 90% of potash is used for fertilizer. And the global demand has been growing, on a very steady basis. So in the last probably 10, 15 years, we have 3 to 4% growth on an annual basis. And the growth, demand actually comes mostly from developing nations. So China, India, Brazil. Brazil is one of the largest importers of potash, 13 million tons a year. China is the largest user of potash, 15 million tons, and they import 10 million tons out of those 15. India as well. And Africa is one of the fastest growing agricultural regions in the world. And that's where our focus is, because obviously we're in Gabon, so we're in West Africa, and that's the plan. So we want to really feed African agriculture with our potash in the next few years.
Well, it's going to be an exciting end of this year and obviously into next year as well. Lots of things still to come very soon. Farhad, we look forward to our next conversation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve.
All right, Farhad Abbasov. He's the chairman of Millennial Potash.